has music saved you in your own life?
Well, in a literal sense, I mean, it saved me because I was getting an eviction notice in my apartment and I got my first royalty check pretty much within the same week. So literally it saved me that way. But you know, I always say in a broader sense, in a general sense, everything good that's happened to me in my life has come from music. Particularly in my case, country music. Everything good that's happened to me. I met my wife through it, which was the first turning point in my life into real understanding of what love is and what a future could be, and finding out who you are in a lot of ways, and discovering the bad sides of yourself and the good sides of yourself. And it's such therapy, you know, and especially if you grew up in sort of a dysfunctional environment. To have that as a tool that you can go to and release yourself is something that I'm always grateful for. I try to be grateful, I'm not always grateful. I try to be grateful that it can go away at any moment. You can wake up one morning and like you said, your magic's gone. And for me, I think of myself loosely as a singer first and a songwriter second. I don't consider myself like this prolific songwriter. And I've always written, and I've written a couple of songs for movies. And when this one came along, I was in the middle of a tour, my second year of touring with my wife. We were doing our Soul to Soul tour, and we were been touring together. And we were in the middle of it, trying to finish it out. And at the same time, I was flying in and going in the studio and sleeping on the couch for three days at a time, getting my next solo project started and working on. So I didn't think I had any time to do it. Brian Laux, who works at CA, called me and he told me about the film and asked if I'd be interested in writing a song for it. And my first answer was, I just don't have time. I don't think I have the brain power right now with everything that I'm doing to have time to do it. And secondly, I don't know anything about mountain climbing. I'm afraid of heights. I don't understand why you would do that to start with. I don't know that I can relate to this subject matter at all. So I said, look, I have a couple of days, send it to me. It'd be nice to just watch a cool movie anyway. So send it and watch it. And I started watching it, was immediately hooked on Alex and his focus and his journey. And the bigger picture, I think, of how you can pursue something in life and succeed at something with intent and purpose. So I was enthralled by what he was doing and how you could believe that much in yourself to put yourself in a position where you cannot make a mistake. So that's what really got me. So I started writing notes and thinking about it, and I thought, well, this is pretty interesting. So I called a friend of mine, Lori McKenna, who in my opinion is one of the great songwriters to write music out of Nashville. She lives in Boston. I sent it to her, I told her I'll overnight you this, and if you like the movie, you know, maybe we can work on something. So I overnighted it to her, and she fell in love with it and sent me her notes that she made. And ironically, our notes were almost identical with the words that we were using and some of the phrases we were using. So within a week of emailing back and forth, we wrote it. And, you know, I told them that, look, we'll write something, but I don't really have a lot of time to keep going back and forth and trying to perfect the song or trying to, you know, change things. I give you a shot at it. It's all I can give you, and I don't want you to feel like you're married to me. You know, if you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. We're big kids. We can move on. And they liked the song that we wrote. After about a week of emailing and texting back and forth, they liked the song.
Tell me about the first song you ever wrote.
It was when Princess Diana and Prince Charles got married. And as a kid, there was something about her that, I just fell in love with her like everybody else, and probably every boy did at that time and fell in love with her. So I sat down and wrote a song about their wedding and about Princess Diana and how beautiful she was. And I don't remember how it goes. I just remember something about you look so much like a queen, something like that. It was terrible, but that was the first song I remember actually sitting down and writing and getting enjoyment out of writing a song and understanding that you could actually put words to paper and a tune and a melody and come up with something that you think is good. Whether it was or not is a whole different story. We've all been down that road. But it was about Princess Diana. That was the first thing I remember writing. I think art is you create something people can project onto in a lot of ways, where you find a way to project your life and what's going on in your life and in the world into that piece of art. So I think that's part of our job. You know, there's a lot of people, a lot of artists who you listen to a song and, you know, oh, I get how they feel. I mean, I can hear that they're telling me how they feel. But the really key, and I think in the real power and what really works is when somebody hears something and you tell them how they feel, because they couldn't put it into words, and you put it into words how they feel, and maybe they didn't even know they felt that way till they heard you say it.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, it's Kesha.
Hey, I'm Mark Ronson.
I'm David Crosby.
Thanks for watching The Hollywood Reporter.
The Hollywood Reporter.
The Hollywood Reporter Songwriter Roundtable.
Songwriter Roundtable on Pirate Bay. I mean, YouTube.